guys, it's Brooke Eagle, and we are back with another episode of the Forsyth Magazines podcast. And today I have Megan Graeser, the owner, the CEO, the founder of Hip Hip Hooray Creative Events. Hey, Megan.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's good.
Good. I'm so excited to see you today.
I'm excited to do this.
Yeah.
Something different.
So I'm getting some balloons from Megan for a baby shower this weekend, and we were going to get them today. And we're glad we decided to reschedule that.
Yes.
I can just see you with a huge garland of balloons, like trucking through a parking deck.
I thought about it. I was like, getting on the elevator to come up here probably wouldn't have been a great idea to bring those up.
So, Megan, for those of us, our listeners who don't know, tell us a little bit about your business and what you do.
So my main part of my business is doing balloon installations. So that's where I go deliver and install balloons at your house or a venue or a corporate event. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, it's all custom. You know, we do have our standard stuff like balloon arches and balloon towers and columns and stuff like that. But for the most part, we get a picture, or I would say we. I don't know why I say we. It's me. That's the only person that does this. That does this. But we design it with an inspiration image that you have.
Like from Pinterest or something?
Pinterest, you know, everybody's on Pinterest before they plan an event.
Yeah.
Or Instagram, and they send it to me, and we take bits and pieces of it. We don't copy it by any means. We make it into our own, or I make it into my own design for, you know, your event.
Yeah. So what do you think what type of event do you feel like you do the most of?
Or is it pretty like
balanced out?
I think I started with mostly birthday parties, but now I do more corporate events, which are nice. I do enjoy them. They're not as fun.
But they're also not on the weekends.
They're not. So they keep me busy during the week as well. So, but yes, definitely first birthdays are definitely the most popular birthday party, I will say that, for kids.
Which is funny because the kid doesn't even remember their first birthday.
But I tell the parents, I'm like, it's for you. You survived the first year,
That's what I
you
tell
get
my
to
friends.
throw your party. They're going to be picking by the time they're 4 what they want, and you go
Congratulations,
all out now.
You made it through 1 year of parenthood.
Yes, and that's the hardest year.
So what comes to mind for like the most extravagant or most unique job that you've done?
I mean, I've done some really cool things and got to meet some really cool people. I got to meet at Furniture Market. We did balloons for Trisha Yearwood this past time.
Very cool.
And I got to meet her afterwards. She was very nice.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I saw on your Instagram, which y'all be sure to follow, Megan. What's your Instagram handle?
It's Hip Hip Hooray Balloons.
Okay. And you're great about posting your content. But I saw recently that you did a photo backdrop.
Oh, yes.
How many balloons did that take? A ton.
It did take a ton. I actually don't know. I probably should know how many balloons it took.
Were your cheeks tired after that?
I do get asked that a lot, but it's all electric hand pump. Not hand pump, but, you know, it's electric, so there's no coming from the mouth. But yeah, that was a balloon wall, which is very common in the balloon industry.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this 4 years now. And that was the first, I was so excited. That was the first one I got to do.
Wow, that's cool. So you started this business in 2020?
Yes, in the pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about why you started this business.
Well, I think with the rest of America, I was furloughed during the pandemic, and I had 2 little girls at home. And at the time, I was driving 50 minutes to Burlington for work before the pandemic, and I couldn't take them to daycare, pick them up, and I was just really missing being a mom. I wanted to be there. So the pandemic actually was kind of a blessing for me because I was like, I get to be with my kids finally. And so I was like, they're not going to bring me back. So I just started thinking of what I could do. And I was like, these businesses exist in large cities, so
Yeah.
why can't we have it here?
Did you ever do balloons for fun
So
before?
I had done I'll say the Amazon kits for friends before, for my own kids' parties, but an Amazon kit and what I do are completely different.
I want to talk about that because I'm sure that's a misconception that a lot of people have. So what would be, and I know it would be hugely beneficial to use somebody like you versus an Amazon kit, but for somebody who is asking or wondering, what's the difference?
I think anybody that's ever made one could see that or know. But there's these beautiful pictures from balloon artists posted on Amazon, and
that ain't what you're getting.
That's not what you're buying. And you can easily see that. If you can see, they'll probably send in you 2 sizes of balloons, which most of them require about 5 different sizes of balloons in a particular color. And then also the quality of the balloon is completely different. So, and they give you this clear tape with holes in it, and they want you to stick the balloon necks in there. That's not how they're made. So
doesn't work.
Doesn't work. I mean, it does. If you're just wanting a smidge of balloons, then it's great. It's perfect. That's what you need. But if you're wanting something grand and large scale, then that's when I come in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What are some balloon trends that you're seeing recently?
Bows, which I think that is, trend just in general. Yeah. But everybody wants to incorporate bows, especially for girls. But even I think, there's been a more modern look to the bow, like this tan balloons with black bows,
Yeah,
so.
A little more neutral. Mm-hmm. I also saw on your page you did an Olympic
Yes,
theme.
That was actually for my child's party.
Oh my gosh, tell us about it. That was so cool looking.
Well, I planned it 4 years ago when I realized my daughter was going to turn 5 during the Summer Olympics. Oh. So I was like, 5 rings for 5 years. Got to do this. So, and I love the Olympics. So, but yes, it was.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure she loved it.
She did, but she was still learning what the Olympics were. Probably if I waited another 4 years to do it, it probably would have been better. But I had, the game set up for the kids to play, and she only played 1 game, so she was not having it. So.
That's hilarious. So you have 2 girls.
2 little girls.
How old are they?
5 and 6.
5 and 6. Oh, so they're very close in age.
Yes.
They're like Irish twins.
Close,
borderline.
Close. Yeah, they're 20 months apart.
Yeah.
So,
they're going to be just grow up so close though. That's neat.
Yeah. So it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing.
Yeah. I can't imagine having 2 babies that close in age.
Yeah. So that's why I'm happy this came along. So I can be there for them.
So other than balloons, I know your business name is Creative Events.
Yes.
Does anything else?
So, when I first named my business, I was thinking I would dabble more into rentals. And I do have some rentals, but most of them are to support balloon backdrops and things like that. I do have kids chairs and things like that, but most of that is for pickup. So I will do it if I'm going to do an event there, but for the most part, it's just balloons right now. But it gave me the flexibility to add on in the future if I want to. So.
Yeah, no, I think that's good to kind of make it a little bit more broad and not be too niched out or whatever. Mm-hmm. So birthday parties are popular, corporate events are popular. I'm trying to think of what are some just other things that people call you up for that our listeners might be like, oh yeah, I'm hosting a
baby showers, bridal showers, anniversaries, retirements. Believe it or not, I get a lot of retirements.
Yeah.
Different things. I actually do celebrations of life.
Okay.
If you're wanting to spin it a different way, those are always difficult, but also it's like, how can we remember somebody, and really add all the elements in that remembers them.
To make it more of a celebration of life. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like that. So this is your 4th year being a business owner.
Yes.
What's a lesson that comes to mind that you've learned in the last 4 years?
That not every customer is for me.
I like that.
You have to not be afraid to fire your customers.
To know that it's okay to say no. So
True. I think there's this like, for our parents and our grandparents, the customer's always right, and that's just not really the case. Like there's sometimes it's not a good fit.
Sometimes customers are just a-holes and you need to drop them. That's just what you have to understand as a business owner. You have the right to make a living. You don't have to bow to whims.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's okay to say no.
Do you have any crazy stories of crazy clients?
Well, I'm trying to. I do.
What a giveaway.
For the most part, I work with really happy people. Happy people are the ones that order balloons.
Happy people are nice people.
But I have had people that they want to create stuff exactly the same way when it's not possible because there's, each space is different.
Yeah.
So,
I bet that's common in like every business. Like hairdressers, they get an inspiration picture and they're like, no ma'am, your hair is not like this. It won't work.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see. And I'm sure with any event, people can be stressed out during the event planning process. Do you do a lot of weddings?
No, I don't do. I have done a few, but it's mostly the showers.
Yeah.
So, most of the time people want to go for the florals for their wedding, but more cost-friendly way.
Yeah, for sure.
To do balloons.
Well, and Megan is coming to do a setup for our boutique crawl pregame party, which I'm so excited about. That's coming up October 5th, and I've already sent her some inspiration pictures, but I'm wanting it to be like super colorful, all the bright colors. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
A great photo op.
All the bright colors are definitely makes me happy. So.
Yeah, I just get sick of neutrals. I'm like, you know what? Let's go colorful. Let's go with something fun.
I love it. I'm excited.
So, Megan, I want to do a couple get to know you questions.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What is your most unusual talent?
I can touch my nose with my tongue. I don't know if it's a talent, but
I love it. I don't think I can do that. No, I can't. That's hilarious. What weird food combinations do you really enjoy?
Well, I just had Japanese and leftover Japanese and chips and salsa for lunch.
Very odd combination.
Really, I am just whatever. I like food. You can mix it all together. I'm like, that tastes
So you're not one that has to have everything
No.
separated on your plate.
not separated.
It's all going to the same place anyway.
Exactly.
Well, at least there's no peanut butter and pickles or something like that happening there.
My dad does that. Truly.
Oh.
Peanut butter. He makes peanut butter crackers and puts pickles on top. I'm like, ugh. That's so gross.
I would try it, but
I certainly would try it, but
Yeah.
I think in my head that's a big fat no on the. That's a waste of good pickles and good peanut butter.
Yeah, I love peanut butter and I love pickles, but the combination. No.
yeah, I wouldn't even have thought of that.
No, I don't know where he thought of it. Okay, Megan. Next question. What makes you feel old?
A lot here lately. I guess seeing people that I used to know as an adult, as a kid, and they're now adults, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see that too. Well, and I'm sure your girls probably say things that you're like, wow, I'm old. Like things that kids don't know. They don't know, like, they don't do this for talking on the phone.
Oh.
They do this. Because
I didn't even think of that.
I think that's so weird. And I saw something the other day where they were showing kids like the rotary phone? Is that the right word, Tim?
Yeah.
They had.
Ask the old guy. Yes. Yes.
I mean, I would know how to use one, but these kids were like, "What is this?" Like they had no idea what to even do with it.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, that's
See,
so weird.
but they also, these kids will never have the satisfaction of slamming the phone down on somebody.
That's true. That is true.
That doesn't have the same effect.
Hitting the button doesn't work.
You know what
Yeah.
else kids don't get to experience, which I thoroughly enjoyed growing up, is on snow days, watching the bottom of the screen of the news, waiting to see your school system come up. And if you missed it, because we were in the W's, if you missed it, you got to wait again for that was like so exhilarating. And now they just get a text message.
Yeah.
I'm like, eh. And now they have to go to school because they can do it virtually.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I'm like, that's really upsetting. I would hate that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, let's do one more. What is something you hate but wished you loved? It could be food. It could be an activity.
Gosh. Well, I used to really, I do now like pimento cheese. And I wanted, but I did not like it for, I would say, 15 years. It looked so
your
good
taste
to
buds
me.
changed?
I just kept trying it. Now, not all of it. And I have to have it like mixed with the right, thing. But
That's so funny.
I was like, gosh, it just looks so good. And every time I tried it, I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. But
Yeah, I don't eat cheese. Like I didn't grow up eating cheese. My mom doesn't like cheese, but I have kind of a weird cheese. Like I like pizza fine because it's cooked cheese, but like a charcuterie board with cheese on it, no.
Oh.
Pimento cheese, no.
Okay.
You're killing me, girl. But
But I wish I liked it because it's very inconvenient. Like if I get
cheeseburgers?
It's a hamburger. And if somebody gives me a cheeseburger, which happens all the time, which I don't eat burgers a ton, but when I do, if they give me a cheeseburger on accident, I'm like, oh, I can't eat it. It's ruined. It's melted so much to the patty that you can't take it off. It's very upsetting.
Well, my husband is the same way. He does not.
He doesn't eat cheese?
He doesn't eat cheese. No. He'll eat macaroni and cheese.
I like macaroni and cheese
Yes,
too.
but just cheese, no. And he doesn't want it on his burger either.
Did his parents not eat cheese?
No, they eat cheese.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I blame my mom. I'm like, it's purely how I was raised. Like, if she would have forced us to eat cheese,
Then
we would have. I think I would like cheese. So I blame her.
it's what you grow up on.
It is. Are your girls picky eaters?
Oh, yes.
They're in that age.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of times it's like one or the other. Like one kid is picky, one kid will eat everything, but both of yours are on the picky side.
Oh, both are very picky. Yes, yes. And, I feel like some days it's better, and then it's like my youngest, she's like, looks at everything, that's disgusting. It's what she says. I'm like, no, it's not.
You can at least try it.
Try it, but no, that's
You're not paying for it,
disgusting.
so what's the worst that can happen?
That's so funny. My brother was always very particular as a kid, and I was the one that would eat everything. And he's still so picky that he started cooking. Like, he even has his own little, like, cooking blog and stuff because he wants to be responsible for the ingredients that go in his food because he's so particular.
Really?
Like, it has the wrong kind of seasonings. He also doesn't eat cheese.
Oh.
Yeah. Weird family we have.
Yeah. No. My husband's pretty weird about food too, so I'm like, he's rubbed off on my kids. But I guess
I'm only weird about food because I'll eat almost anything.
Yeah.
I don't like asparagus, but other than that, I will eat
I like
just
asparagus.
about
I do too.
just about anything.
Yeah. What is the food you don't like, Megan?
Gosh.
You're like, wait, I like it all.
No, I'm not really. I think pimento cheese is like the one that, but I will eat it now, so there's not much. I don't like a lot of sausage. And I think that's just because I think, like, sometimes I look at it and I see things in it. And I'm like,
I can't.
I can't.
Can't do it.
That's why you never want to know how the sausage is made.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
right.
I love sausage, so I don't want to talk about it. Don't tell me.
Yeah.
So
It's like hot dogs.
Yeah.
What they say, it takes like 2 days off your life every hot dog that you eat.
Yeah, I've shortened my life so much.
I mean, if you go to a baseball game, you have no choice. You have to have a hot dog.
hot dog,
It just
yeah.
wouldn't be the same.
Exactly right.
Have you? Oh, speaking of sports, I saw you also did something for Wake Forest.
Yeah.
The football or basketball?
So most every for the past almost 4 years, their homecoming.
Oh.
So they do like a big parties for the alumni. So I help put on the parties for the alumni, and that's actually next weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, that's.
Do you work with any of the other local schools or universities or?
High Point University, I'm working with them.
That's where I went to school.
Wow. Well, their sorority rush is this weekend.
Okay.
So that is a big deal. So they go. The sororities, with actually, I'm only doing one this year, but last year I think I did 3 or 4.
Oh my gosh!
They
So
go
what do you
out
do typically for the sororities?
Most of the time it's inside, and they change up the theme. I mean, they go all out. Like one day it's all purple and white, the next day it's red and white. So like we'll keep the balloons the same colors and just switch out. It's all white and then switch in the purple and the red. But then they'll have a whole new theme when I guess it's actually bid day, which I think bid day is Saturday.
Okay.
So it will be all different. So
Oh my gosh, that's
and they all do something different, which now there's this new trend. I don't know if you've seen it all over the internet, is they're all dancing in front of their sorority houses, and that's all colleges.
Oh my
So
gosh. And now that you mention it, I have seen that. And I feel like I've also seen balloons.
they're all getting these same T-shirts. Like there's this huge market for just
my
what
gosh.
these sorority houses are doing during this time.
Yeah, I saw
So-
the video I saw was the like current sorority girls dancing, and then it was a flashback to like, I don't know how old you are, but it was like girls our age-ish when we were that age, the dances that we were doing.
the Macarena, but
It was not the same. we didn't look as cool. No. But we were having just as much fun, I'm sure.
yes. So, but yeah.
So, Megan, do you have any events coming up that you're really excited about, or anything new in your business coming up that you're excited about that you want to tell us?
Yeah, Halloween. I always love
yes.
Halloween. Halloween balloons are probably my favorite balloons.
Yeah.
So there are so many color combinations, so many different fun Mylar balloons that can be added in. So, I mean, probably just Halloween season.
Yeah. So, do you still have availability for Halloween this year?
Right now, I do. So
Okay.
most of the events I do are not on actual Halloween.
Yeah, that makes
they
sense.
are in the weeks leading up to it. So
Yeah. What's the coolest Halloween setup that you've done that comes to mind?
I don't know. Probably. So I work with a company a lot called Reserving Royalty, where they're like princesses to hire, and they put on most like Christmas and Halloween. They do these huge and have all these princesses, but they do this elaborate displays of fun stuff. So probably something with them. I'm trying to think. I'm looking forward to what we're doing with them this year, which we're still working on, because it's going to actually be like a trail that you get to walk through, because they've got a new venue and stuff.
So cool.
It'll be fun.
Do you do anything with Ronald McDonald House?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
His
My
wife
is the marketing manager for them. So
Well, tell her my name.
They did a fabulous event when? In April?
yeah,
The Women, Wine, and Shoes.
wine, women, and shoes.
Wine,
Yeah.
I always get that mixed up. Wine, Women, Shoes. It was at Legacy. Oh, and it was
fun.
beautiful. And they did not have any balloons that I saw, so
No.
I'm sure you get hit up all the time for fundraising events, but
I do have to limit.
yeah, gotta set the
Sometimes,
calendar in
yes.
advance. Yeah. Well, Megan, this was so much fun. So be sure to give Megan a follow. You can see. I think you even have like separate highlights, like for baby showers. So if you're planning a baby shower or bridal shower, you can kind of tap through to get some inspiration. And of course, you can pull images on Pinterest to show her. And would people just send you an email to get like a quote?
Yeah, so they can go to my website, and there's a information sheet that they can fill out. So it kind of gives me information before, so I know if I have availability for your event, what you're kind of looking for, where you're located.
What's your radius generally?
So I try and stay right here in the Triad.
Yeah.
I do work a lot in Burlington too, which I will consider that the Triad. But like I don't go to Mount Airy anymore. I used to drive, actually, you wouldn't believe this, but the Raleigh market was so slow to jump on this balloon trend.
Yeah.
They did not have balloon artists. And I was like, I just should move there because it's such a big market. And I kept getting asked, but it really is just not financially smart to be driving there because I have to then charge them for me. And then I can't have to take less jobs on the weekend because I'm having to drive there. And, I don't have a van. So most of the time I'm renting a U-Haul. So,
oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
U-Haul costs get very expensive when you're
that should be
driving
your
far.
next big business expense.
My goal for next year is to just do it. So.
Yeah, that's a huge cost, but I'm sure that would make your life so much easier.
so much easier.
Do you typically install things on site, or is it kind of like partial? Like you have things partially installed, and
so most of it I make before the base of it is made before I get there. Now, obviously installing, I do blow up more.
Yeah.
My jumbo balloons, I wait and I do those on site because.
What size are the jumbo balloons?
So most of them are 24 inches.
Oh,
but
wow.
if you think about that,
That's
in
big.
a car or even a U-Haul, that takes up so much space.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if I can eliminate those to the last part, then
I'm sure you've gotten so much more savvy over the last 4 years about like exactly what to put together ahead of time and exactly how to fit as many balloons
and
as
how
possible.
do I fit them in my car?
Yeah.
I mean, my neighbors think I'm just like a balloon clown. They're like just watching me shove them in, and then I have to take out my car seats every single time, which and put them back in. Like I did a job this morning, so I took the girls to school, came home, took the car seats out, loaded the car.
Oh my gosh. When the girls are out of car seats, life will be easier.
Life will be easier. And I think that's the other thing that, like, I'm like, oh, if I get a van, then I won't have room for car. But it's
True.
It's fine. You don't need
Sometimes
to
you got to make sacrifices.
Yes. I know. So, yes, hopefully next year that'll be my...
Well, that can be your 5-year anniversary gift to yourself.
I think that should be it. So,
well, congratulations on 4 years in business. That's
thank
huge.
you. I know. It grew to be so much more than I ever thought
That's
that
awesome.
it could be. So I was really just a mom looking for a creative outlet that,
that blew up.
It blew up. It really did. So.
No pun intended.
I was about to say, that's a pun.
I like it. Well, Megan, great to chat with you. Y'all be sure to give Megan a follow on Instagram at Hip Hip Hooray Balloons, right?
Yes.
And you can see all of her amazing work that she does, and you can check out her website and shoot her a note if you want to get a estimate or chat with her about doing an event.
All right.
All right, guys. And as always, you can find Forsyth Mags online, forsythmags.com. All of our current issues are there, and all of our content is on our website. So you can pick up physical magazine copies at your local Harris Teeter, Lowe's Foods, gyms, restaurants, all the places. And you can also find us on social media at Forsyth Mags. And that's a wrap for today. The views and opinions stated on this podcast are solely those of the contributors and not necessarily those of our distributors or hosting companies. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced without expressed written consent of Forsyth Magazines Incorporated. Whew, that's a mouthful.